measures of variability. Okay, so we have. Okay, so before tayo ay magamit, may magamit. Okay, so we have our objectives for this afternoon. Pero nais ko lang, bago tayo magsimula, good afternoon, students to all. Okay, so continue tayo. But we need to share po sa ating mga kaibigan and then sa mga kakilala natin. At lagi ko kilala sa inyo para lahat tayo ay sabay na matuto at matutulungan yung mga lessons. Okay. So, our objectives for this afternoon, after going through this module, you are expected to the first of variability, variability, the statistical data. Okay, so we will continue mga anak. Okay po, we have number 3, okay, objective for this afternoon, calculate. Okay, we have, okay, so okay, start tayo. Okay, so paki-comment sa comment section natin o sa chat box natin yung sagot. Okay po? Yung sagot na kung saan ay titingnan natin mamaya kung yung sagot frequency table natin. So we have question number 1. What is the range of the given data set? Okay? So A, 45, B, 50, C, 55, D, 40. What will be the answer for the number 1 question? Okay, for the answer for the number 1 question, okay, continue tayo. Anak, laban lang kahit naglalag siya. Okay, so we have, for our answer for the question number 1 is okay, we will see. Answer for the question number 1 is letter B, which we have. Okay, now what is the average deviation of the given data set? Okay, A. Okay, dito tayo dito tayo titingin. Okay, A, 12.5, C, 14.5, and D, okay, the answer for 3.5, that is the number 3. For the question number 3, okay, what is the population variance of the given data set? Again, question number 3, what is the population variance of the given set of data? A, 222.75, B, 223.25, C, 224.75, D, 225.25. What will be the correct answer for number 3? Okay, so paki-comment lang sa comment section natin, mga anak. Okay, so for the answer for number 3 is letter C. Okay, that is 224.75. Okay, so we will see later on bakit ang sagot for the question number 3 of population variance of the given set data is 224.75. Next, number 4 question. What is the population standard deviation of the given set data? Okay, given data set. Again, What is the population standard deviation of the given set data? A, 14.99, B, 15.79, C, 14.09, and D, 15.69. What will be the answer for the Okay, thank you for the answer mga anak. Laban lang tayo kahit minsan naglalag siya. Kasi dito sa place ko kung saan nasa ibang school kasi ako ngayon kasi guro Olympic namin pero dahil ito ay obligasyon ko, laban lang tayo. Okay po, so we have, so the, okay, letter A, 14.99. We will see why is the answer for the question number 4 is 14.99. Okay, so now, measures of variability. So meron tayong dalawang topic again. So we have the ungrouped data and the group data. So the first one that we're going to discuss is about the ungrouped data of measures of variability. So listen lang mga anak, okay? Laban lang tayo. Naglalag ako minsan pero laban pa din. Okay, so mahina kasi dito ang signal. Okay, so for the ungrouped data, in statistics, variability refers to the spread in a set of data. And the simplest way to measure the variability is the range. Range is suitable for showing the spread within a data set and for comparing the spread between similar data sets. To find the range, we use the formula. Okay, so now our formula, we will see if our formula, okay, is, okay, so mga anak, ang formula natin this time is range is equal to maximum value minus minimum value. Okay, so listen lang mga anak, medyo mahaba po yung discussion natin. Okay, so again, good afternoon doon sa mga ngayon lang pumasok. Okay, so we have next, okay, so we have the example. Okay, data set A is 10. Okay, yung data natin 10, 9, 7, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8. Okay, from the data set given above, the maximum value is 10. Okay, if you say maximum value mga anak, yun po yung may ang pinakamalaking data natin. Then the minimum value, yun po yung 6. Okay, kung makikita nyo po, okay, so we have the 10. Yun po yung pinakamataas na data natin. Then ang pinakamababa ay 6. Okay, so now we are going to apply the formula for range. Okay, so we have, okay, ang sabi doon kanina, we're going to subtract the maximum value which is 10 and the minimum value which is 6. Okay, now we are going to subtract. So, why it is 1, okay, 3/4. Okay, so 3. Okay, we will see Ocampo mamaya. Okay po? Okay, thank you for the comment. Okay, we will see. Okay, so now our range is 4. Ima-minus lang natin 10 minus 6, that is 4. Okay, continue tayo. The next measure of variability is the average deviation. This measure tells how far each data is from the mean. Okay, so ano daw yung layo niya from the mean. The following example illustrates how to compute the average deviation. Okay, so now ipapakita naman natin paano natin i-compute yung ating average deviation. Okay, so naglalag tayo. Continue lang, laban lang mga anak. Okay, so we have, okay, so we have the example. Okay, iba yung example na pinakita ko kanina sa inyo doon sa range. Then ngayon, okay, another example to find, okay, so bago natin i-calculate yung average deviation, we're going to calculate first the mean. Okay, so for mean, okay, so we have that data. We have 6, 8, 5, 5, 6. Okay, so first, we need to calculate for the mean. Okay, so ito yon. So i-add lang natin lahat ng data. Okay, tandaan mga anak, ungroup pa lang tayo ha, ungroup. Okay, so yung data natin, which is 6, 8, 5, 5, 6. Okay, we are going to add all the data then i-divide natin kung ilan sila. Yung data natin, we have 5 data. Tama? We have 5 data. So, after we add, we're going to divide lang by 5. Okay? The number of data. So, inad natin 6 plus 8 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6. That is 30. Tama? Okay, then, i-divide natin kung ilan po yung data natin. So, meron tayong set of data na 5. Okay, so we have 30 divided by 5, that is 6. Now, our mean is 6. Okay, next. Okay, next, we subtract the mean from every value in our data set, then take the absolute value of the results. Okay, why we need to get the absolute value of the results of our given data? Kasi wala naman tayong negative na sagot. Okay? So, kaya, kailangan para maging positive yung sagot natin, we need to get the absolute value of the answers. So we have the X. Okay, yung X natin, ito yung data natin. Okay, so ang data natin, set of data natin, again, 6, 8, 5, 5, 6. Okay, so we have the first one is 6. Ito, makikita nyo anak. Okay, the first one is 6. Ang mean natin is 6. Tama? So isusubtract lang natin. Kasi ang ating formula, okay, ang ating formula to get the result is data minus mean. So we have, copy lang, okay, substitution tayo. We have 6. Yung data, first data natin is 6. 6 minus 6, which is our mean, and the absolute value of 0 is 0. Then we have the next one. We have 8. So 8 minus 6, that is 2. And the absolute value of 2 is 2. Kasi 2 positive na to. So 2. Then next, we have x minus mean, that is 5. Again, saan ang galing si 5? Yun po yung data natin. 5 minus 6, that is negative 1. And okay, after that, get the absolute value of negative 1. So the answer is positive 1. And the next one is, okay, 5. Next natin, ito po yun, 5. Okay? 5, second to the last data natin. 5 minus 6, that is again, that is negative 1. Then get the absolute value of negative 1, that is positive 1. And the last one is 6. Okay? 6 minus 6, that is 0. And the absolute value of 0 is 0. Okay, now, okay, so after nakuha na natin, okay, after nakuha na natin yung result, ang absolute value, okay, so sinubtract natin yung mean. Kasi yun po, ang result po dito mga anak, yun po yung gagamitin natin to solve the average deviation. Again, kasi wala po tayong sagot na negative. It should be always our answer is positive. So, kinuha natin yung absolute value para maging positive. Okay, lastly, solve the average deviation by taking the sum of the absolute values obtained divided by the total number of data. Okay, saan po nanggaling si 0 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 0? Yun po yung kinuha natin. Yun po yun kanina dito po nung kinuha natin yung result. Nung minus natin yung data minus to mean kasi yun po yung, okay, yun po yung dapat ang lalabas is to get the average deviation. So, inad lang natin, then divide natin kung ilan po yung number of data natin. So, we have 5. So, 5, okay, so inad natin, 4 divided by 5, that is equals to 0.8. That will be our average deviation. Okay, so now, another measure of variability is the variance. It measures how far a set of numbers is spread out from the mean. To calculate the variance, we use the formula. Okay, ito yung formula natin for population. Okay, ito po yung formula natin. So, formula natin. So, that is, okay, for population is equals to sum of x minus mean squared all over n. And for sample size, we have s squared is equals to the sum of x minus mean squared all over n minus 1. Magkaiba po sila mga anak ha. Magkaiba po ang formula for population and for sample size. Okay, so we have the example. Solve for the variance of the given data set below, assuming that the data set is the entire population. Okay, so we have the example, okay, data set natin is 10, 15, 25, 10, 12, 18. Okay, so the first one that we're going to do is we are going to calculate the mean for the set data set. Okay, so yun, tingnan natin. Okay? So, mean. Okay? So, ang mean natin for the ungrouped data, we're going to add all the data divided by kung ilan sila. So, 10 plus 15 plus 25 plus 10 plus 12 plus 18 all over 6. If you want to ask me, tutor, saan po nanggaling yung 6? Okay? Ito po yung total set of data natin. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, 6 sila. Okay? So, 6 sila. So, we have 90 divided by 6 is equals to 15. That will be our mean. Okay? Now, okay. To get next, solve for the sum of x minus mean squared. To get the sum of squares, subtract the mean from each values, square it and add them all. Okay, ito yung kukunin natin mga anak ha. Okay, the sum of x minus mean squared. Okay, so again, yun pa rin ang gagawin natin. So, ima-minus natin. Okay, this will be our data, yung x na to. So, ito yung mga data natin. Yung data natin, we have 10, 15, 25, 10, 12, 18. Okay, next, ima-minus natin sa mean natin. Okay, yung mean natin, we have 15. So, 10 minus 15, that is negative 5. Pag na-square natin si negative 5, that is 25. How to get the 25? Okay, pag sinabi nating square, you're going to multiply the number by itself to get the square of that number. So, negative 5 squared, that is 25. Again, okay, so ang next data natin is 15. 15 minus 15, that is 0. If we're going to square the 0, that is equal to 0. Also, 25 minus 15, that is 10. I-square natin si 10, that is 100. Next, we have 10 minus 15. Okay, square that is negative 5. If we're going to square the negative 5, kasi po ang operation natin for integers, negative times negative, that is positive. So negative 5 multiplied to negative 5, that is positive 25. And then, okay, 12 minus 15, that is negative 3. Square the negative 3, that is positive 9. Okay, so then we have the last one, 18 minus 15, that is 3. Also, okay, positive 3 squared, that is 9. Then after that, kasi ang sabi natin, sum of x minus mean squared. Okay? So summation, okay, yung sum, yung pinaka-total niya. So ang pinaka-total ng x, sum of x minus mean squared is 168. Tandaan, mga anak, yung sum of x minus mean squared is 168. Okay, then ito yung 168. Okay, so ito na yon. Okay, so we're going to substitution ulit. Okay, to solve for the population, okay, isosolve natin yung population variance using the formula. Okay, ito yung formula niya. So, substitution natin. Okay, so 100, inad na natin yung lahat. 168 divided by 6, that is 28. Now, our population variance is 28, yung sagot po. Okay, conversely, if the data set is just a sample of an entire population, then we will use the formula for the sample variance. Okay, so kung ito po naman ay sa sample, okay, sample population. So, same po, 168, ang formula is n minus 1. So, 6 yun, tama? 6 yun, 6 po yung n natin kasi 6 yung data natin. Ma-minusan natin ng 1, that is 5. Then, proceed to division. 168 divided by 5, that is 33.6. Okay, sana po makakasunod mga anak, ano? Okay, next we have, okay, last, measure variability for this lesson is square root of the variance called the standard deviation. Okay, to get the standard deviation, we're going to get the square root of that answer, okay, to get the population and the sample size. Okay, so spread out the making it the most reliable measure of variability. Its symbols. Okay? Ito yung formula. Okay? Pag kinuha na, pag na-square na natin. So, i-apply lang natin. Substitution tayo. Again. Okay? So, ito po yon. Tama? Okay, so we have 168 all over 6, that is 28. Kanina po, sa population. Sa sample naman, if sample is S squared, S raised to 2 is equals to the sum of data minus mean squared all over n minus 1 is ano lang natin, i-simplify natin. So square root is 5.8. Okay, we just square root of the variance we have. Okay, then we have, okay, next natin is our, okay, group data. Okay, medyo may medyo madali ka. Let's use the following group data to illustrate and compute for the different measures of variability. Okay, so ngayon, yung classes natin, minsan ang nakalagay dito, anak, dito sa the class para to get the frequency, ito yung nagtataas kayo ng kamay to identify kung ilan yung nakakuha ng score na halimbawa 20 ang periodical exam nyo is 1 to 50. So, i-identify ngayon ni teacher kung ilan yung nakakuha ng 20 to 25. Kasi in this process, dito makikita ni teacher kung ilan po yung pumasa at ilan po yung bumagsak at bibigyan niya ng remedial po. Okay? Para lahat makahabol. Okay, so we have, let's us begin with the range of the group data above. The range is still the difference between the maximum and the minimum value. However, as we take the maximum and the minimum values, we need to consider the class boundaries. Okay, so kanina, minus lang natin, di ba mga anak, yung maximum and minimum value. Ngayon naman, meron na tayong tinatawag na we're going to consider the class boundaries. Okay? The largest upper class boundary is 34.5 and the smallest class boundary is 9.5. Before we calculate the range, we will add 0.5 to the maximum value and subtract 0.5 to the minimum value. Okay, now we have, tingnan natin, kung paano kinuha. Okay po? So we have, okay, yung boundaries natin, di ba, ang sabi, largest upper class boundary, smallest lower class boundary. So, kukunin natin yung upper class and then the lower class, saka pa lang tayo mag-subtract to get the range. That is 25. Okay, tingnan natin kung paano nakuha. For the average deviation of our group data, we will add some columns to our frequency distribution table. Okay, now, okay, kung nakikita nyo, we have the classes. Okay? Tapos yung frequency. Kung natandaan nyo, frequency stands for N. Minsan, sum of frequency. Sa ibang mga libro, sum of frequency. Dito naman, N. So, i-add lang to lahat. Okay? So, saan nakuha si frequency? Yun po yung pag nagtali. Okay. So, kailangan tama po, okay, nakasagot lahat po ng lahat po ng mga student, kung example 15 student yan, kailangan lahat yun nakasagot kasi pag hindi po reliable yung magiging effect ng research ng isang teacher o ng isang tao. Okay po? So, inad lang niya si frequency. That is, minsan, sum of frequency po, mga anak ang nakalagay dyan, or F lang. So, that is 5 plus 2 plus 6 plus 7 plus 5. That is 25. Okay. Paano naman kinuha si midpoint or the class mark? Minsan kasi, dito mga anak, ang nakalagay dito class mark. Pero ngayon, ang nakalagay po is midpoint or X. Wag kayong magkamali o wag kayo malito. Minsan, ang nakalagay dito, next table natin or next column natin is class boundary. But now, ang nakalagay po is midpoint. Okay? So, paano nakuha si midpoint? Okay. Ang ginawa po, 10 plus 14 divided by 2. Kasi 10 plus 14, that is 24. 24 divided by 2, that is 12. Okay? Same with 15 plus 19. Okay? 15 plus 19 divided by 2, okay, that is 17. Okay, so tuloy-tuloy lang tayo mga anak ha, makinig lang po. Okay, then we have 20 plus 24, that is 44. Tama? Okay, divided by 2, that is 22. Why it is tutor i-divide natin sa 2? Kasi mga anak, kung titingnan nyo, i-add natin. Okay? Okay, ang formula po, i-add natin, then i-divide natin sa 2 to get the midpoint or the class mark natin, mga anak. Okay? Then, same with 25 plus 29, then divided by 2, kaya nakuha natin si 27. 30 plus 34 divided by 2, kaya nakuha natin si 32. Okay. So, we have, okay, mga anak, okay, now, okay, paano naman nakuha si data minus mean? Okay, isusubtract lang natin. Okay, isusubtract lang po natin kaya nakuha si negative 11. We will see, meron akong ipapakita sa inyo. Okay, dito. Okay, first we need to calculate the midpoint values. To calculate the values of our midpoint, we'll take the mean of every class limit. Ito po yung sinasabi ko kanina sa inyo. Class limit in an interval. To do that, we add each lower boundary values to its respective upper boundaries. Ito yung lower na sinasabi nila. Ito yung number na nasa unahan. And then, yung upper boundaries naman, ito po yung nasa, okay, yung nasa kabila. Okay, yung nasa right side nyo, mga anak, yung nasa left side, that will be our lower boundaries. Okay? Then, divided by 2. Yun yung sinasabi ko kanina sa inyo, mga anak. Then, observe the process below. Okay? So, ito yon. Again, this will be our lower boundaries and this number is our upper boundaries. Okay? Lower limit. Okay? Ito yung upper. Okay, ito yung lower, ito yung upper. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina sa inyo, i-add nyo lang si lower at saka si upper. So 10 plus 14, kaya nakuha si 12. Then 15 plus 19, kaya nakuha si 17, si 22, 27, and 32. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina sa inyo. Okay, next. Now that we are done with the midpoint, tapos na tayo sa midpoint, tama? We will now compute for the values under fx or f of x. To obtain these values, all we need to do is to multiply each frequency values to each respective midpoint values. Okay, so yung value ni frequency, okay, which is 5, at then ang value po ni midpoint, imo-multiply lang natin para makuha natin yung fx natin. Okay, so this time we had 5 multiplied to 12, kaya nakuha natin si 60. Same with 2, multiply to 17, the answer is 34. 6 times 22, that is 132. 7 times 27, that is 189. Then 5 times 32, that is 160. Okay, ito na. Okay, next. Okay, ito na yung time na isosolve na natin si mean. Okay? Sabi ko, we're going to add all the data divided by 25 kasi ito yung nakuha nating mean. Okay, so 575 divided by 25, that is 23. Now, that is our mean. Okay, then we have, okay, so given na yung 12, 17, 22, 27, 32. Okay, ito po yung data natin. Then we have our mean. Nakuha na natin yung mean natin na 23. Okay, to get the x minus mean, okay, ima-minus lang natin sila. Then kukunin natin yung absolute value. Then pag nakuha na natin ang absolute value, to get the sum of f multiplied to data minus mean, i-multiply lang natin si frequency, okay? Si frequency, ito yung f na to, that is our frequency. Yung frequency natin, mga anak, that is 5 to 675. Okay? So, dito, okay, ito yung frequency natin. So, okay. So, ang gagawin natin, again, we're going to subtract. Okay, so 12 minus 23, that is negative 11. Then get the absolute value, that is 11. Same with 17 minus 23, that is negative 6. Get the absolute value of negative 6, that is positive 6. Then 22 minus 23, that is negative 1. Absolute value of negative 1 is positive 1. 27 minus 23, that is 4. Absolute value ng positive 4 is positive 4. 32 minus 23, that is 9. Then get the absolute value of 9, that is 9. Then after that, okay, to get the f of, okay, mean data minus mean, so multiply lang natin si frequency at saka yung yung sagot natin din nung minus natin yung data minus mean. So 5 times 11, that is 55. 2 times 6, that is 12. 6 times 1, that is 6. 7 times 4, that is 28. 5 times 9, that is 45. And then, that is the time that we're going to get the average deviation. So, i-add lang natin 55. Yung nakuha natin din ito po, mga anak. Okay? So, yan. I-add lang natin. Okay? Then, we have the N25. So, 146. Okay? Divided by 25. Kaya ang average deviation natin is 5.84. Okay, now our average deviation for the group data is 5.84. Okay, for the average and the standard deviation, we need to square the difference between the midpoint and the mean. We already found the value of our mean from the solution, and we had from the average deviation. Recall that our computed mean is 23. Okay, tandaan ha, yung computed mean natin is 23. I-apply na natin ngayon. Okay, so ito na yon. So nakuha na natin. Okay, na-square na natin. We have 121. Then after that, okay, so frequency natin, i-multiply natin dito. Na-square na natin. So we have 121, i-square natin yung sagot kanina. That is 600 5. Same with 2 times 36, that is 72. 6 times 1, that is 6. 7 times 16, that is 112. And 5 times 81, that is 405. And now, that is the time that we're going to get the answer for the population variance. So, copy lang natin, substitution tayo. Okay, so dito po, okay, sum of f multiply to x minus mean squared. Okay, i-add lang natin ito lahat, yung nakuha natin mga anak. Then, instead na yung formula, substitution tayo. That is 1,200 divided by 25. Then, that is equals to 48. Okay, yung 48 po, that is our population variance po mga anak. Okay, so then after that, we are going to square. Okay, i-round off natin into nearest hundreds. So we have, as for the standard deviation, remember that's just the square root of the variance to get the standard deviation of our group data we have. Okay, so 48 ang nakuha natin mga anak. Okay? So now, 48, square root of 48, that is 6.93. Then, i-round off lang natin into nearest hundreds. Okay. Same with the sample space. Ang sa sample space lang natin, ang magkaiba lang anak, okay, 25. 25 yung n natin, minus 1 lang, kaya 24. Then, i-divide nyo 1,200 divided by 24, that is 50. Then, get the square root of 50, that is 7.07. Then, i-round off lang natin ulit into nearest hundreds. Okay. So, now, okay po. Now, okay, ito na. Okay, so, tapos na tayo sa discussion. We will see kung natatandaan po. Fill in the missing word in the blank. Choose the correct answer from the box. Okay, number 1 question. It is suitable for showing the spread within a data set and for comparing the spread between similar data sets. Okay, what is the answer? Okay, paki-comment lang sa comment box natin. That is, okay, for number 1, okay. Number 2, it refers to the spread in a set of data that is, okay, that is range. Next, this measures tells us how far each data is from the mean. Ano kaya yan? Mga anak, sige po. So we have variability. And the next one, it measures how far is a set of numbers and spread out from the mean. So that is average deviation. Okay. So laban lang, naglalag mga anak. Okay. Then we have the last one. It measures the spread around the mean, making it the most reliable measure of variability. What is the answer for that question? Okay, that is standard deviation. Okay, so that is a standard deviation mga anak. Okay,